Yes, yeah, it's recording now. So many students are already doing good predictions. So whatever is required for the predictive purpose, okay, for general predictions I'm talking. I'm not saying very precise prediction you can make today only. For general prediction, those rules we cover today. Okay, for ultra beginners, maybe it's a repetition, but still they can see these lectures. So let me share the presentation. Okay, so we will cover today rules of Nadi system. Okay, then friendship enemies, how to see the strong and weak planet aspect, some rules for the retrograde planet, and planets and their Karakatvas, including signs. Okay, so let's see how many topics we can cover today, and we discuss some example charts. So now, you can notice one word here we are using rules of Nadi astrology system. We are not saying Bhrigu Nandi Nadi only. Okay, so in this course, we have included at least 4 or 5 different Nadis. Okay, collectively we will study, and they are not conflicting each other anywhere. Okay, so time to time I will clarify where to use which rules specifically. Okay, but in beginning we will cover every rule, correct? So don't get confused with this. So in conventional astrology, as we know, we consider ascendant as a very important. Okay, but in Nadi system there is no ascendant or lagna is given importance. Okay, now by reading this statement, you may feel we will ignore ascendant completely. It's not like that. Okay, the system, when we say na Bhrigu Nandi Nadi, so Bhrigu Nadi plus Nandi Nadi, these two, specifically these two Nadi deals with the planetary Karak Tattvas. Okay, predictions using planetary Karak Tattva. So when we focus on this particular two Nadis, okay, we don't need ascendant at all. Okay, but when we go further in our classes, we include Lagna also. Okay, so it means, you know, when you read the Parashari or conventional Jyotish, so first we will learn about planets, then sign, then their Karak Tattvas, correct? Then we use different divisional charts. Those divisional charts comes with the ascendant only. So these are advancement. Okay, so the very popular system of Nadi using planetary Karak Tattva is very easy to use. Okay, there are some Nadis like Dhruva Nadi and some other Nadis in which we use ascendant as well as divisional charts. Correct. So that's why this point is saying, especially for this Bhrigu Nandi Nadi, we don't require Lagna at all. Okay, by using only planets and their Karak Tattva, we can make most of predictions. Any doubt in this? हिंदी वालों के लिए मैं रिपीट कर दूं कि जो भृगु नंदी नाड़ी सिस्टम है, इसमें हम लोग लग्न का यूज नहीं करेंगे. ठीक है, पराशरी सिस्टम जो आप अभी तक पढ़ते आए उसमें हम लग्न यूज करते थे, तो इसमें आप कुछ समय के लिए एटलीस्ट नेक्स्ट 2-3 महीने के लिए आप लग्न यूज नहीं करें, आप सिर्फ ग्रह को पकड़े और ग्रह के कारक तत्वों को पकड़ेंगे बस। वन मोर important point, when we say don't use lagna, so I'm not saying don't use house. Okay, so it looks something contradictory. Okay, so if I don't have lagna, then how house is coming into picture? So here we can count houses from the planet. For example, if I say 10th house from Saturn, is it possible to count without lagna? Yes, no? So wherever your Saturn is placed, you can make that Saturn as a center point, and from there you can count 10th house. That is possible. Okay, so this we are going to use. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. There are only planetary positions we call it Bhachakra. Bhachakra means what? Zodiac circle. Okay. So no house system, only Bhachakra. It means zodiac cycle. You can call it Kalpurush Kundali also. That is always starting from Aries.
Sir, may I ask
Yeah.
something?
Yes, Mahendra.
Can we use houses from Aries? Means, as per putting the planets from Aries.
Yeah, we can
taking
use.
Aries as Lagna. Taking Aries.
Aries is a natural first house. Okay, that we can use.
It is used in Nadi or not? This way.
I have not seen. I have not seen like from Aries they are using. No, they always use from the Graha Karattvas.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, but the properties of Aries, Taurus, all these things are included.
Right.
Okay, but by considering Aries in the first house, that they are not used anywhere. Okay, so in many samhitas, such as Bhrigu Samhita, Nandi Nadi, and other Nadi, there is no reference to ascendant is made. Okay. Bhrigu Samhita, Nandi Nadi, this we are already learning. And some other Nadis mean some other Nadis included Saptarishi Nadi. Saptarishi Nadi, in Saptarishi Nadi, there are some Rishi used without Lagna, some Rishi used with Lagna also. This book you all should read. The Saptarishi Nadi book is available, small book in Ranjan publication. So in that book you will see Goddess Parvati inviting many rishis to predict on the chart, and some rishi using Lagna, some rishi not using Lagna. Okay, so that will give you the essence of like how they using different systems in one chart only. Okay, this I already explained. Predictions are solely based on sign chakra, planet position, and their karak tattva. For Hindi students, this line means यहाँ पर जो भी हम लोग फलित करेंगे वो राशि चक्र पे बेस्ड होगा, राशियों पे, ग्रह पे बेस्ड होगा, ग्रह के कारक तत्वों पे बेस्ड होगा. ये 3 पैरामीटर्स को लेके ही आपको सारा फलित इसमें करना है. ठीक है, जब लग्न यूज करना होगा वो मैं आपको बताऊंगा, बट उसमें वक्त है अभी. Now, in Nadi, the strength of planet is decided by the placement in sign dispositor, position between other planets, and aspect from the other planets. Okay, now in traditional Jyotish, we have different methods of deciding the strength of planet. So obviously, planet is exalted or debilitated, combust. These are some methods. Or if you go for the more advanced studies, you will see they are using Shadbal. Okay, There is another method to understand the strength by using position of planet in different divisions. Okay, if you read Sudarshan Chakra chapter, there they are giving, I think, Saptavarga method to gain this, to understand the strength of planet. Okay, there is Dashvarga method and Shadbal method, different methods like this. But in Nadi system, this particular Nadi which we are reading, so here understanding of strength is very easy to do. Okay, you can use the sign, planetary placement, okay, distance between the planets, and the aspect from the different planets. So when I say aspect, so here it is very important to understand. In upcoming slides, I will show you what is the meaning of aspect here. Okay. For Hindi student, ग्रह का जब बल हम देखते हैं स्ट्रेंथ, तो यहाँ पर हम लोग सिंपल ग्रह बल के लिए ग्रह की पोजीशन राशि में क्या है वो देखना है हमको, और दो ग्रहों के बीच में जो डिस्टेंस होंगे, ठीक है, और उसका डिस्पोजिटर और दूसरे ग्रहों से क्या हमको एस्पेक्ट मिलता है, दृष्टि मिलती है, इससे ही हमारे डिसाइड होगा कि क्या ग्रह का बल, ठीक है। जो हम लोग पराशरी सिस्टम या ज्योतिष में हम लोग यूज करते हैं, डिफरेंट बल निकालने के तरीके हैं, षट बल है और वर्गों के बेसिस पे हम लोग बल निकाल सकते हैं, वो हमें यहाँ पर लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है। ये बहुत सरल है, ये मेथड हम लोग यूज करेंगे, ये मैं आपको अभी बताऊंगा कैसे करना है। In our system, we are not going to use dasha. Okay, not at all. Any kind of dasha is not required here. Okay. So we can use two methods for the timing of event in Nadi. We can use progression, we can use the transit. Okay, progression method we are going to cover in detail in our course. Okay, transit is not covered in this course. Okay, transit maybe we can learn, but progression we'll cover in very detail. And in between, I will also teach you transit also. So not an issue. Okay, so progression is very important. So what is progression and all, I will give you some hint today. So at least you will have an idea. The complete beginner students can have an idea what is progression. Okay, so timing of event, we have different methods. Okay, if you see the overall Jyotish, we have Dasha system, we have progression, we have transit, and we have some other methods also. Okay, but in Nadi system, we use only progression and transit for this. Yes, we have some Dasha also, like Bhrigu Padu Dasha. It is a Dasha system. But it's a different thing. Okay, but in our system, in Bhrigu Nandi Nadi system, in our course, we use only progression. Okay. Now, this point is very important. If we are not using Lagna, then how to decide about the native? Okay, because generally we say Lagna means me or the native himself. Okay, and depending on the Lagna, we see the whole horoscope. But in Nadi, if we are not using Lagna, then how to decide? Okay, so in Nadi system, we give importance to Jupiter, okay, and Venus. In some Nadi, Mars is also mentioned. Okay, so for now, you can consider Jupiter and Mars both. Okay, maybe in upcoming classes, I will clarify, okay, where to use Jupiter and where to use Mars. Okay, that's why I mentioned here Jupiter and Mars both in slash. Okay, for male native horoscope, we use Jupiter or Mars as a native himself. And for Venus is for female native. Okay. The rest of Karak Tattvas are same. Okay. Jupiter, Mars is native. And for male native, we consider Venus as a female Karaka. Okay. So what happens? It's just an example. So Rishi says whenever Jupiter or Mars meet with Venus, marriage event can take place. Jupiter and Mars means what? Native himself. Whenever it combines with Venus, who is Venus? Venus is the karaka of female or the wife. So the event or similar event with marriage and these things can be take place. This is a rough example. Okay, so the thing is Jupiter or Mars you can consider as a native himself. So this means whatever you are doing with Lagna, that you can see that you can do with Jupiter or Mars. Clear? For Hindi students, I will repeat this in simple language. बृहस्पति और मंगल को हम लोग नेटिव कंसिडर करेंगे, मेल नेटिव. ठीक है, अगर वो कुंडली किसी पुरुष की कुंडली आप देख रहे हैं तो वहां पर बृहस्पति और मंगल ग्रह को हम लोग कारक मानते हैं और इन दो ग्रहों को लेके आप सारा फलित करेंगे. अगर आप जातक के लिए कुछ आप बताना चाहते हैं जातक के बारे में तो आपको वो गुरु या मंगल आपको इंफॉर्मेशन देगा. ठीक है, जो आप लग्न से करते आए हैं वही सेम आप जुपिटर और मंगल से यहाँ पर करें. ठीक है, सेम थिंग. For any native, most of important events such as start of career, marriage, birth of children, etc. take place between 24 to 60 year of age. Okay. Hence, great importance is given to the transit of third, fourth, fifth round of Jupiter and second and third round of Saturn. Now, this rule is something it may confuse for the complete beginners. Okay, but this is very important to understand. I will explain this thing. Just a second. Yes, Nagarjun ji, can unmute.
Sir, what about in previous slide you told that for male native making a connection with Venus, Jupiter and Mars. That same applicable for female native also, like vice versa, or like what is the rules for
For female native, I have not covered yet. Okay, but see for male native, what we are seeing, Jupiter is the male, correct? For female, we have Venus. Okay, but for male, wife is Venus. Okay, but for female, who is husband? Mars.
Mars, okay.
Okay, so it means here we have what we are saying when Jupiter is meeting with Venus. Okay, so there we will say when Venus is meeting with
Mars.
Okay, now what is this meeting and all that we are covering? Okay, that is not explained yet.
Okay, thank you, sir.
There are different meanings to it that we will understand. Okay.
Okay.
Now see this chart. See why everybody is learning Jyotish, because they want to time the event, correct? They want to do predictions for the native. Okay, when event will take place, when will marriage will take place, when accidents and all. So all these things are important. And you see, you are actually doing something with the time. Okay, so timing of events. Okay, so in traditional Jyotish, or 90% of people for the timing, they use dasha. The people who don't know dasha, I'm just giving you an idea. Dasha is a calculation. Okay, so after doing a lot of calculation with nakshatra and some other parameters, we come with the timelines. Okay, so this particular timeline is ruled by this planet. So whenever that planet operates, in between that period, some event will take place. Okay, in our Nadi system, we also have some tools for the timing. Okay, and this is very easy to understand. Okay, now I will go step by step. Okay, so I will not cover each and every rule of timing in today's class only. Okay, we'll go step by step. Okay, so for timing, initially we will use 2 planets, only 2. We don't require every planet. Only 2 planets are enough. Out of these 2, if you master 1 planet at a time, that will be very good for you. Okay, so what are those 2 planets? Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, so generally, Jupiter travels, or it covers one zodiac sign all approximately in 1 year. Correct. So let's say, for example, now pay attention here, all beginners especially. Jupiter is here. Correct. In South Indian chart, Jupiter is here. Okay. So what we will say, Jupiter and Ketu both are in Capricorn sign at the birth. Correct. So from the birth, every year, 12 months, something. Okay. Something days. Okay. So its exact calculation is different, but we can say roughly 1 year. So Jupiter travels 1 year in one sign. So at the birth, Jupiter was in Capricorn. Okay, let's say one person born on 2000. Correct. 2000 January. Easy example. Okay, so from January 2000 to January 2001. Okay, Jupiter will stay here only. Clear? We are not using degrees right now. Okay, I'm explaining this without degrees, just to make you understand. Okay, then we'll include degrees also. So let's say Jupiter first year stays in Capricorn. Okay, next year it will move to this for whole 1 year. Okay, and in third year it will reach to Pisces. Correct. So like this, it will travel every year one side. Clear? Same things we are doing with the transit. In transit also, Jupiter travels almost 1 year in one side. Now, what about Saturn? At the time of birth, Saturn is in Scorpio. Saturn stays in one sign for how many years? Anybody? I'm talking beginners. Beginners only answer.
2.5.
More than
Yeah, approximately 2.5 years.
2.5. Okay, 2.5 years. Certainly. We will calculate exact month and year. Okay, in upcoming classes. But for now, let's say 2.5 years, 2.5 years. So Scorpio, it will stay for 2.5 years. And after 2.5 years, what will happen? His Saturn will move to this. Okay, we call it progression. Okay, so Jupiter progression for 1 year, Saturn progression is for 2.5 years. Okay, like this, it will travel whole zodiac sign and it will reach to Libra, Saturn. Okay, and then next new cycle will start. Clear? Any doubt in this? Yes, Nagarjuna.
Sir, for example, if native is running, for example, Saturn Mahadasha only. So if a Saturn is getting progression, the effect will be more. Can we consider like
No, it's not like this.
Okay.
So what you're trying to say is Dasha is also Saturn, progression is also Saturn, so it can give double result.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I will clarify one more point. Whenever we discuss about the Dasha, correct? Any tools, see, you have to understand these are the tools.
Okay.
Okay, these are not creating any impact on the native.
Okay.
Impact is already in the chart.
Hmm.
Correct? Every horoscope, whenever a person take birth, okay, whatever combination is there, that is already fixed. Okay, the event is already fixed, impact is already fixed.
Okay.
Dasha is only indicating, okay, so this particular event is going to happen.
Okay.
Correct. Let's say if Mahadasha, Vimshotri Vadasha, and Yogini Dasha both are signifying same planet. So don't consider now that will be more severe. It's not like this.
Okay.
That is saying, okay, Saturn indicating some event that will happen. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, severity of event, intensity of event is totally based on your natal horoscope.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
Dasha is nothing to do with.
So, for example, one more like if there is no promising in the chart, for example, in the progression, if the event it is giving for a marriage and all, so then how can
That can't be possible. Okay, if chart is not promising,
okay.
okay, Dasha will not give result. Not Dasha, even progression will not give result.
Okay, so promising has to be there in the chart.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so in our Nadi system, we are basically dealing with two things.
Okay.
Because our whole course is based only on these two things.
Okay.
What is that? Combination, progression. That's it. There is no third element to our learning. Okay, so your whole energy should go to understanding of combination,
Okay.
understanding of progression. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So for Hindi audience, I will repeat this quickly. So हमें यहाँ पर अब हम दशा यूज नहीं करेंगे तो हम लोग कैसे करेंगे प्रोडक्शंस, ठीक है, जिसके बाद डिटेल में हम लोग करेंगे, बट मैं आपको जस्ट अभी एक जनरल आइडिया दे रहा हूँ कैसे हम इसमें देखना है. ठीक है, तो यहाँ हमने एग्जांपल लिया जुपिटर, क्योंकि हम जो इवेंट्स हम बताएंगे वो दो ग्रहों को यूज करके होंगे, जुपिटर और सैटर्न, बृहस्पति और शनि. ठीक है, तो रूल बहुत सिंपल है. जुपिटर अप्रोक्सीमेटली 1 साल का प्रोग्रेशन दिखाता है. ठीक है, जुपिटर जहां भी रहेगा वो 1 साल, मतलब जुपिटर को ट्रेवल करने में एक साइन को 1 साल लगता है अप्रोक्सीमेटली. ठीक है, तो प्रोग्रेशन का मेथड क्या हुआ, मतलब क्या हुआ कि सपोज करिए किसी के जन्म के समय पे जुपिटर जैसे यहाँ पर आप देखते हैं मकर राशि में है, तो 1 साल तक उसने मकर राशि का प्रभाव देगा. वो अगले साल वो चला जाएगा कुंभ में, फिर जाएगा मीन में तीसरे साल. तो हर साल आप देख रहे हैं 12-12 महीने में ये अपनी पोजीशन चेंज कर रहा है. ऐसे कर करके ये धनु राशि में आ जाएगा, तो इसका एक साइकिल खत्म हो जाएगा. इसको हम बोलते हैं एक पर्याय खत्म हुआ. ठीक है, 1 साइकिल ऑफ जुपिटर प्रोग्रेशन इज ओवर. सेम यही इसमें आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा कि ये गुरु का प्रोग्रेशन आपको ना साल का इवेंट दे रहा है कि इस साल में क्या इवेंट पॉसिबल है, ये आपको वो बता देंगे. ठीक है, अब ऐसे ही सेम हम शनि में भी करेंगे. जैसे शनि इस कुंडली में वृश्चिक राशि में है, ठीक है, तो इसका पर्याय, इसका प्रोग्रेशन कैसे होगा. जैसे जुपिटर 1 साल ले रहा था ना एक राशि को कवर करने में, शनि लेगा 2.5 साल. तो वो हर 2.5 साल में एक एक राशि को चेंज करेगा। ठीक है, पहले 2.5 साल वृश्चिक में, दूसरा 2.5 साल धनु में, फिर मकर, कुंभ, मीन, और ऐसे ट्रेवल करके जब वो 30 साल में जब वो लिब्रा साइन में पहुंच जाएगा, क्योंकि 2.5 साल कंप्लीट करेगा तो 30 साल लगते हैं शनि को, तो 30वां साल जब वो तुला राशि में पहुंचेगा तो उसका एक पर्याय, एक साइकिल खत्म होगा। और यही जो प्रोग्रेशन हो रहा है एक एक राशि पे ना, यही आपको बताएंगे किस साल कौन सा रिजल्ट मिलने वाला है, इसलिए ये समझना जरूरी है। ठीक है, सो आप लोग के ये मन में बैठ जाना चाहिए, गुरु मतलब 1 साल का प्रोग्रेशन, शनि मतलब 2.5 साल का प्रोग्रेशन। ठीक है, और डिटेल में हम लोग करेंगे, इसमें हम डिटेल में अभी डिग्रीज पढ़ेंगे तो आपको और कैलकुलेशन हमें थोड़ी बहुत करनी पड़ेगी, इसमें वो हम बात करेंगे। बट ये मोटा मोटा आपको समझ में आया क्या है प्रोग्रेशन का मतलब। इसको हिंदी में पर्याय भी बोलते हैं, परिभ्रमण भी बोल देते हैं। ठीक है, नाम कुछ भी देंगे, इसमें इंग्लिश में पॉपुलरली हम प्रोग्रेशन के नाम से जानते हैं। ट्रांजिट और प्रोग्रेशन में फर्क है। ठीक है, जब गोचर बोलते हैं ना, गोचर और प्रोग्रेशन में फर्क है। क्या फर्क है? यहाँ पर प्रोग्रेशन गुरु का हम लोग 1 साल लेते हैं, ट्रांजिट भी 1 साल का होता है, तो फर्क क्या हुआ? तो फर्क ये हुआ कि जो ट्रांजिट जो होगा गोचर, वो अभी की जो गुरु अभी कहाँ पर गोचर में है वो आपको बताएगा। ठीक है, वो यूनिवर्सल है, सबके लिए सेम रहेगा। पर जो ये जो पर्याय की हम बात कर रहे हैं प्रोग्रेशन, ये सबके लिए सेम नहीं होगा, यूनिवर्सल नहीं है, दैट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन योर हॉरोस्कोप। आपकी कुंडली में गुरु आपको बाय बर्थ जहां से मिला है वहां से उसका रोटेशन स्टार्ट होता है, बट गोचर में वो सबके लिए कॉमन रहेगा, चलायमान। ठीक है, नाउ दिस इज मोर important. So you have understood Jupiter 1 year 1 sign. Okay, after traversing all signs, when it reaches to Sagittarius, 1 cycle finish. So what after that? 13th year means what? So in 13th year हम दोबारा वहीं से शुरू करेंगे इसको। So many astrologers, what they do, they start from same sign again. Like 13th year, let's say Jupiter after progressing all signs, when it reaches to Sagittarius, correct? It means 12 year over. So 13th year means again they start from here. 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is what they do. Okay, general progression. This is also one of the method. Okay, but this is not a complete Nadi method that we are going to study. So what we will do here, see, in first cycle, your calculation is starting from here, correct? But in second cycle, your calculation should start from here. So what I am doing, this we call major progression. Okay, so we are actually using 2 different kinds of progression, major and minor. Okay, you have to understand these 2 things clearly. What is a major progression? Major progression means, like here by birth, Jupiter is in Capricorn, correct? So major progression is in Capricorn. Okay, and minor every year 1 sign, like this. It means major progression is for how many years? Beginners, समझ में? Are you able to understand? Major progression is for 12 years.
12 years.
Okay, minor progression is for 1 year, correct? 1 year, 1 sign. Similarly, after 12 years, what will happen? You have to shift this Jupiter to this here. Okay, so when you shift Jupiter in Aquarius, okay, your minor progression will start from this Aquarius only. So it means minor progression first year in Aquarius, second year in Pisces, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, like this. And after 12 years, it will reach to Capricorn. Clear? So in that last slide, which you have seen, we have written when Jupiter meets Venus, marriage will take place. Correct? So in first cycle, Jupiter major progression is in Capricorn, then every minor progression we have seen. But in second cycle, when Jupiter comes in Aquarius, are you seeing Jupiter is meeting with Venus? So it means marriage can take place between 12 to 24, roughly. Because major progression is for 12 years, correct? So can we say it? Marriage can be possible between 12 to 24 years. Now, what exactly in between 12 to 24, which year that minor progression will give? Okay, this is how we see the timing. So there are two things to progression. One is major progression, second is minor progression. Jupiter, major progression is for 12 years in one sign, minor progression, 1 year in one sign. Same thing go with the Saturn. Major progression, 30 years in one sign. Minor progression, 2.5 years. So after 30 years, Saturn will shift to this. Then you have to calculate each and every yoga from this position.
सर ऐसे तो सैटर्न का 3 से 4 बार प्रोग्रेशन हो गया तो आगे कुछ देख ही नहीं पाएगा, बंदा ही नहीं रहेगा वो.
हाँ, Saturn major progression is for 2-3 only maximum, not more than that. तो आगे देखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी ना. Saturn
Right,
is
sir.
what? Saturn is karma. Okay. So for what karma you have born, okay, that will show by Saturn. So we will see how to do this predictions. Yes, Kumar ji.
नमस्ते सर.
Namaste.
सर अगर सैटर्न जुपिटर रेट्रोग्रेड हो जाए तो क्या साइकिल उल्टा जाएगी हमारे हिसाब से अगर देखें तो?
वो हम मैं बताऊंगा आपको आगे, है ना.
ठीक है.
उसमें थोड़ा सा फर्क है रूल्स में. ठीक है, वो उल्टा चलेंगे, बट कितना उल्टा चलेंगे ये देखना है. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि पूरी साइकिल ही हमेशा ही उल्टा चल रही है, ऐसा नहीं होता. ठीक है, बहुत लोग क्या करते हैं, उल्टा का मतलब है कि वो प्रोग्रेशन पूरा ही उल्टा लेके चल, ऐसा नहीं करना. ठीक है, वो मैं आपको बताऊंगा.